great workout, no matter if you're in your first, second, or third trimester. But before you start, you want to make sure that you have clearance from your doctor allowing you to work out. With that said, you are going to need a chair. You're going to need either 1, 2, or 3 pound weights, and you're also going to want to have a pillow for support. So you're going to start. I want to actually turn to my side so you can see my baby belly. So when you have a belly and as it's growing, the weight pushes toward the front of your body. Your baby's growing and it's natural for your body to want to overarch the back, get really, really tight hip flexors, and then start to feel some pain in that low back. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to actually work to reverse that tightness in your low back and try to give it a little bit of an opening and a stretch. So right from here, I'm going to have you just tuck your pelvis under, squeeze your glute, and indirectly that will open up your hips. So that's all you're going to do for me right here is just a little tuck and squeeze, feeling a stretch in that low back, and release. Now, as you're doing this, I'm going to actually have you start to engage and work your abs. So what that means is you're going to exhale as you tuck, pull the belly in into your spine, feel your stomach tight, feel that belly pull in and your baby nice and tight to your spine, and then release. Exhale, and release. You can even put your hands on your belly. Exhale, tuck, and release. Good, so this is a slow movement. It's controlled. This workout is not about rushing through it. It's about connecting to your body and getting all those muscles back to where you want them. Exhale, tuck, squeeze the butt, open the hips, pull the belly in, and release. I even feel my abs working here because I'm pulling in my transfers, drawing the belly in and holding, and release. Give me 2 more. And release, last one. Beautiful, and release. Now we're just gonna start with a little bit of a warm up. So you can put your hands on your hips, just bend and tap your feet side to side. Now not only are you gonna be working your legs, increasing your heart rate just a little, but I'm gonna have you pull your shoulders back for me to really strengthen all those back muscles. We are going to be doing some arm and some back work today, because if you think about it, once that baby comes out, you're going to be doing a lot of carrying, you're going to be hunched over. You don't want that. You want to strengthen your upper body while you're pregnant so that you're ready for when that baby comes out. All right, now if your abs, you're going to get a little deeper, turn your toes out. If your stomach feels a little heavy here, you can by all means go and hold that stomach, give yourself a little bit more support. If not, hands on the hips, down and up. Then you're going to start to reach the arm up and reach. And if you feel that you can get a little deeper, you can. If this is too fast for you, you can just tap it out nice and slow. Do what feels comfortable for you. Do what makes your body feel good. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now you're just gonna have your arms out. You're going to tuck your pelvis in just a little bit and then sit into your plie. So when you're in this position, it's easy to kind of let this slope out, have the butt tuck out too much, putting a lot of strain on that low back. I want you to tuck under, engage that stomach by pulling your transverse in, pulling that belly into your low spine, opening up that back, and start to give me little pulses into your legs. Thinking about your upper body, reaching. Good. So your body's going to release, relaxing into your body as you go further along into your pregnancy. And what that does, it really lets your muscles become more flexible and easier. You'll find your body be able to stretch in different places and it has not usually been able to do. So you want to keep that all the way up in mind when you're doing exercises, knowing that you probably now are able to get into stretches much deeper and much easier, or movements that were once hard become easier because your muscles are now more able to stretch and relax. But you have to be mindful of that, hold it down, little pulses, and make sure not to push beyond your limits. Don't let yourself push deeper than normal, because then you could really injure yourself. So be mindful as you're working out, lift and lower, of the changes in your body that's happening. You have 4, 3, 2, hold it down, arms are going to go out now, and you're going to start to sit again. So yes, just because you're pregnant does not mean you can't have a good workout, does not mean that you can't get those muscles to burn, because right now, my muscles are burning. I hope yours are too. Let's give it one more set. Up and down. Your arms can stay out or they can go on your hips. Pushing through your heels, squeezing through your butt. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're just gonna hold, tuck your bum under, hold it here. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, last 2, and rest. Good, shaking out those legs, taking a little breath, a little time to get into your next position, which is going to be grabbing your balls. Or your weights, 1, 2, or 3 pound weights. We're just gonna start off with elbows into our side, shoulders roll back, squeezing out to the side and pulling back into center. So what we're doing here is we're really working the back of your body. We're working behind your shoulders, squeezing into that back, opening up your chest. So again, when you're doing this, try not to overarch and stick out that belly. Tuck your pelvis in just a little, engage that stomach, pull your transverse in. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit out, reach, pull, and close. Reach, pull, and close. How do you guys think I look with a baby bump? It's kind of interesting. I've had this under my shirt for like over 2 hours now because as I was working on this video, I was putting the ball under my belly, under my shirt, just to see what it would feel like to have a baby bump. It's quite interesting, I have to tell you. Elbows in, reach long, and pull. You can really tell, like, as you're doing exercises, that things feel different, even though this weighs like less than a pound, probably like 3 ounces, but very different. Hold it out, and little reaches, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Now the weights are gonna go in front of you. Watch your posture, squeeze into your back. In front of you, squeeze into your back. You have 4 more, just like this. 4, 3, 2, now hold it wide. I'm gonna have you go out into your stance again if you feel comfortable. Pull your elbows in and reach. It's nice and slow, nice and controlled. Elbows in and reach, in and reach. You have 4, 3, 2, last one, and rest. I'm gonna have you turn to your side. Let me just fix my mat here. You're gonna have your left leg front and your right leg back. The weights are still in your hand. So I'm gonna have you open up that hip flexor. You're gonna extend your right leg back. I'm actually gonna have you tuck through your pelvis, pulling your belly in. Squeeze the glute and just feel a good stretch in the front of your thigh. Your shoulders are back, you're nice and pulled. Now you have options. You can have the weights on your hands, have your hands on your hips, and just start to pulse down here, nice and slow, down and up. Or you can have the weights here and you can open and close. As you open, you're squeezing into your back, down and press. Remember at the top, you want to squeeze your butt, push through that leg, and press, down and press. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Now place the hands on your hips, hold it, tuck the butt under for 8, 7, 6, a little deeper, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're going to go to the other side. Where our hands are going to be on the hips to start. You're going to tuck the pelvis under, keeping that stomach nice and tight, lowering down, squeezing the glute, opening up the front of your hips, and just hold. Sitting a little deeper, arms are going to go in front. You're going to oops, lift and lower. Squeezing in the back and lower. Whichever way it's more comfortable for your arms to be, I like to open and lower down. You have 8, 7, nice and slow, getting into that back leg. 4, 3, last 2, last one. You're gonna hold, hands on the hips, tuck the butt under, sit a little deeper for 8, 6, 4, you have this, 2, and 1, woo! There you go, shake out those legs, that was awesome. We're gonna have you put your hands on your thighs. You're gonna exhale, pulling to open up that low back, press it, and release into neutral spine. Exhale, draw the belly into your spine. Exhale, pull everything tight. And release. 2 more. Exhale. Pulling in. And release. 1 more time. Exhale to roll all the way up to a standing position. If you need a sip of water, go grab a sip of water. We're going to continue with your chair. So, any kind of surface that you have, whether it's a chair or a table, we're going to work your glute muscles. You're going to start with your left leg up. I'm going to have you bend your right leg just a little. And as you're doing this, you want to make sure not to overarch your back, not to let everything fall out. Always remember to pull in and keep that low back supported. I'm going to have you just give me little lifts and lowers with that leg. Just to warm up the glute, just to warm up the leg. You have 10 of these. 9, 8, relaxing the shoulders. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you're going to hold. I'm going to have you bend your knee. Make your hips face front. Tuck under just a little. All you're going to do is squeeze out through the leg and in. Push and in. I want you to think about, just pretend you're facing the chair still, or the desk, whatever you're holding on to, pushing straight back behind you, like you're pushing your heel against a wall, engaging your butt and lowering in. Press and lower. It's a slow, controlled movement. You're squeezing back and down. Now your supporting leg is totally working too. That glute is nice and tight, nice and activated. You have 4 more. 4, release. Squeeze up 3, release. Squeeze up 2, release. Now you're going to hold. So your hip is open, your glute is tight, your supporting leg is strong. You're going to extend the leg, pull the heel in to work the hamstring, and lower down. So it's up 1, extend 2, pulling 3 and 4. Again, up. Exhale, pull in and down. Up, in and down. So you're working the glute, you're working the hamstring, and lower down for 8. Push. 7, push. 6, reach. Make sure not to overarch that back. 5, almost there. 4, reach. 3 more, 3, reach. 2 more, 2, reach. Last one, you're going to hold it out. This is it. You're going to point the toe and lift up and up. Believe it or not, I feel it in my supporting leg as well as the lifting leg. You have 8 more lifts. 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3 more. Last 2 and 1. Nice job. Give your butt a little shake. You can cross over your leg. Sit to stretch open that hip nice and slow. And then switch to the other side. It's really funny. I actually feel like I have to hold my belly as I work out. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to have you stretch out your back again. Hands on your thighs. Exhale, pulling in that belly, stretch it. Low back stretch. Pulling in your transverse abdominals. And release. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, really pull in. Exhale. And release. 1 more, roll yourself up, and we're going to do the other leg. So I'm going to bring my chair over here so you can see it. Left leg is down, right leg is up. You're going to lift and lower, really squeezing into that glute. Now, glute strength is super, super important. You want to make sure you have really, really strong glutes that it can help support your low back. And your hip flexors during pregnancy tend to get tight, so it's important to open up your hip flexors and work your glute muscles. You have 5 more. 5, 4, nice and slow, lift 3, lift 2, and hold it up for me. Reach it, reach it. Good, now you're going to bring it center. Remember, we're going to square our hips, tuck to pull that stomach in, flex your foot, reach, squeeze, and down. So it's almost like you're just pushing a wall behind you, holding it and squeeze, and down. Push, squeeze, and down. The supporting leg has a little bend in the knee. If something here feels uncomfortable, you can stop, rest, stretch, do what feels necessary for you. But But remember, again, your muscles are going to be far more limber the further along you go into your pregnancy. You're going to really be able to stretch much easier, so be careful not to overstretch, not to hurt yourself and push you to your limits. 3, 2, hold it up, reach, little pulses, push, and push, little ones, hold it. A little higher, hold it. You have 4, 3, 2. Now what you're going to do is you're going to extend your leg long, pull it in to work the hamstring, and lower down. Push, extend long, in, and lower. So tuck it in, pull that stomach in, support your back, and glute. Push it, hamstring, and down. You have glute. Push it, hamstring, and again. Nice job. Hope you guys are feeling awesome. You have 4 more. 4, reach. 3, reach. Last 2, reach. Here we go. Last one. Hold it up. Reach it for 4, 3, 2, and release. Give your legs, give your butt a little shake. If you can, stretch out your hip just a little, not overdoing it. And then your other side. Good job. I'm just going to have you hold on to the chair, lifting up on your toes. Just giving you little calf raises, shoulders back, making sure to hold everything in nice and tight. Let me just adjust my belly. There we go. You're going to hold up on your toes. You're going to slowly sit down as if your back is going against a wall. Now you're going to hug your knees nice and tight together. You're going to take your butt and your pelvis, exhale, tuck it under, and just hold. So right now you're opening up that low back. You're pulling your belly in. And then you're going to release. Just a little release to bring you back to neutral. Exhale, pulling that stomach in, and release. So you're working your quads, you're working your core, and release. Last one, pull it in, sit up, and lower down. Let's try that again. You're going to lift at the top, squeezing your butt, just working your calves, your legs a little bit, opening up your chest. You have 4 more. 3, 2, hold it up. You're going to lower it to sit, squeeze the knees together. You're going to tuck under, exhale. Think of drawing your abs into your spine, pulling in, exhale. And release, squeezing the knees together, curl up, exhale. Tucking that pelvis under. 2 more. And 1 more. Sit a little deeper. And lift up. Nice job, you are done with the chair. So let's pull that chair away. I'm going to have you do 1 more arm exercise. So grab your weights again. We're just going to focus on the upper body, no more lower body for this next exercise. Arms are long in front of you. Just want you to squeeze in your back and release. So again, how I said that, posture, your posture muscles, your back, your arms are super important to work even when you're pregnant because they're going to be doing a lot of lifting. Lifting babies, lifting car seats. You want to make sure that you're not going to strain your back and it's ready and prepared for what's to come. You're going to hold and you're going to give me little pushes into your back, reach back, reach back. And not only thinking about your hands, but thinking about your shoulder blades squeezing together. Now reach your arms a little straighter, making sure you're not, think about your belly, don't overarch it, pull it in, have it nice and tight. You have 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to have your arms go straight by your side. A little bend to the knees, pulling in, exhaling, squeeze the shoulders back, and release. So right now we're working on just opening up your pec muscles, opening up that chest, reaching your arms behind you nice and tight together in the back. Reach and reach. Excellent. You have 4, 3, 2. Now you're going to hold it back and little lifts up to the sky, reaching behind you. If you have 3-pound weights, you might feel it's a little bit faster. I'm using 1 pound right now, so it's a little light, but I like light weights. And you're going to release and squeeze again from the top, drawing your shoulder blades back, trying to reach your arms behind you. Now what I tend to see is people curving forward and their elbows bending. I want your shoulders to be back and your arms to be straight. Now hold it back, reach your arms straight and little pushes up to the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5. You can tilt a little bit from your hips, making sure your stomach's pulled in. 3, 2, hold, reach, reach, and release. Good. Now I know as you go further along with the pregnancy, it's harder to control that stomach. There's so much more weight in front of you, and when I say pull your stomach in, you're like, yeah, you think it's so easy. I know it's not. I've talked to pregnant women, so I know it's not easy, but it's about building that connection, and it's about really trying to concentrate and not overarching your back further than needed. I know there's gonna be a weight there, but if you can control it just a little bit, pull that stomach in using your breath, it can really help relieve some of that back pain. Okay, if you have it. All right, so let's take a seat down onto the mat. What I'm gonna have you do is actually we're gonna start on our knees. And if this is uncomfortable for your knees, you can double up your mat or put a towel under yourself. You're gonna place your hands directly under your shoulders. And all I'm gonna have you do is just exhale, again, drawing that belly in, tucking that pelvis, holding. For 4, 3, 2, and release. Exhale, draw that belly in, hold. Now this time curl the toes under. If you feel comfortable, you're gonna push yourself up, pulling in that stomach for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Again, exhale, pull the belly in, stretch, open that low back, tuck the pelvis under, curl the toes, and you're gonna exhale and press up, keeping hovering your knees, looking at that belly, rounding, pulling that into your spine. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, you're gonna take your left leg, extend it long, take your right arm, extend it long, and hold to balance. You're gonna lower and lift. You have 4, 3, 2, squeezing in the butt as your leg lifts. Last one, hold, pulling in and reaching long, squeezing in that left glute for 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Exhale, round, pulling in that stomach. Reach your left arm and your right leg, and you're gonna hold and balance for a second. And then you're gonna lower and lift, arm and leg for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold it long for 4, squeezing that butt, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, now slow down. Depending how far along you are with your pregnancy, you're gonna see how comfortable this next exercise feels for you. We're gonna be doing the plank. The plank is an awesome exercise to do while you're pregnant because you're not doing any kind of crunches, you're not doing any kind of rotation that can put any extra stress on your abs. So this is gonna be a nice holding plank. You're gonna go onto straight arms, hands go under your shoulders. You're gonna extend one leg back, round just a little to really pull that stomach in. You do not want a swoop in your back. That is not a good thing to do when you have a belly, or when you don't even have, when you're not pregnant. The swoop in your back is not good, it puts extra strain on your back. So exhale, draw that belly into your spine, extend your other leg back, and you're gonna hold. And when you're here, you're just gonna really think of breathing, think of relaxing your shoulders down your back, avoid the swooping of the hips and the drop of the belly. Really push through those hands. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under just a little to pull your abs into your stomach, and you're just gonna hold here. If at any time you need a modification, you can drop to your knees, and hopefully that will help relieve a little bit. Keep on holding your plank. If not, you can always go down to your belly, down to your legs, and exhale to do some breathing exercises. So you have 5 more seconds, 4 more, 3 more, keeping it tucked under, 2, and rest. Good job. I'm going to have you actually sit now, nice and slowly transition onto your butt. Any way that's comfortable for you, your legs are any position. I'm going to have you do some breathing exercises. Now this is amazing and awesome for everyone because it's going to connect you to your transverse abdominals, to that deepest layer of your stomach, of your muscles, of your abs. And pretty much it's awesome because it's going to help you pop out that baby, help you push it out so fast. A better connection you have to that deepest layer is going to help you press that baby out. So let's work on that. All right. So you're going to put your hands on your belly. Your shoulders are going to be nice and pulled behind you. And you're going to take a deep inhale. And then you're going to exhale. Feel the low, deep layers of your abs pulling in tight to your spine. It's almost like, actually try it this way. Go, give it a little cough. I and you can see how your belly draws in. Now you want to be able to engage those low abs, drawing it in tight, feeling your stomach nice and contract, and then release. Inhale. Exhale, almost like you have to get a tight pair of pants on, you're pulling in your belly. Feel it drawing tight, 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 tight. Hold it. Now right now your transverse is still pulled in, you're still able to talk, holding it, and then release. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale to breathe, exhale to press, pull, 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 hold it now. You're nice and tight, your belly is tight for 4, 3, pull a little deeper, 2, and release. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, pulling in your abs, drawing it tight. Now just hold. Your transverse are in tight. You're pulling it so tight to your spine. You have 4 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Excellent. You're slowly going to transition onto your back. Now this is where you might need a pillow. Well, not completely onto your back. So we're going to work your core in another way. So option 1, which is probably if you're not too far along in your pregnancy, maybe your 1st or 2nd trimester, if you feel comfortable in this way, you're going to put your hands down by your side, your chest is going to be open, and you want to make sure not to just sag into it. You want to lift up through your chest. Now you might need a little bit more support in your back, so I would say grab a pillow and put it in that arch of your back to give you, that feels actually much better. My baby's so big right now. So that gives you a lot more support. If this is still not the best for you, I would say you can even put the pillow behind you. You can go to a couch and have like the shoulder blades and the top of your back onto the couch and tuck your pelvis under to bring you into that C curve to hold your abs in tight. All right, so I'm going to start it on the mat with a pillow under my back, my arms down by my side, and I'm just going to start on my toes touching the mat. So I want to exhale, get a nice C curve, tucking the pelvis under, drawing my belly in, shoulders behind me, and I'm going to just start to lift one leg and tap. So as you lift your legs, might seem really, really simple, but if you're exhaling and if you're drawing in that transverse and if you're pulling that belly into your spine, you will feel your abs start to work. Now, if this is comfortable for you, stay here, keep your chest proud, and then if not, if you want to progress and increase, you're going to lift both feet off the mat and tap. You really want to be careful here to move slow to make sure your abs are working and you're not hurting your low back. Now you're going to lift up, you're going to open your knees, close, and tap down. Lift up, open the knees, close, and tap down. 4 more. 4, open, close, and down. Lift up. 3, open, close, and down. Lift up. 2. I feel my abs working and I'm not even pregnant and this is burning me. 3, 2, last one. Pulling in those deep abs and rest. Good. All right, now we're going to work one leg at a time. So both legs are going to be up, tucking that pelvis under, really engaging. Right leg down and up. You have 8, 7. So as you lift, you're lifting from that from that inner thigh. And your abs are burning. 4, 3, inner thighs are working. 2, and 1. Now an alternative to that, if it's uncomfortable for you to lift both legs, is either put a pillow, a towel, or a ball in between your knees and just slowly squeeze, hold it, pulling in that stomach, tucking under, and release. Exhale, squeeze, hold, and release. You can do that same hold right here against your couch. Squeeze, hold, and release. So there's an alternative to everything, no matter how far along you are, but just making sure to really engage those inner thighs. Awesome. So you guys are almost done. We're going to finish off with one more plank, one more breathing exercise, and then you're completed for this workout. I hope so far you guys all feel good. All right, let's go back, slowly transition onto your on all fours. Hands underneath. Exhale, pulling the belly in, engage. You're going to curl your toes under. You're going to press up, hold for 8, 7, 6. Tucking the pelvis, pulling in for 4, 3, 2, and release. Exhale, pulling in, press up for 8, 7, 6, 5. You're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and release. onto your toes again. One last time. Hover your knees for 8, 6, 4, 2, and rest. Nice job. I'm going to have you sit up. All I'm going to have you do is just squeeze your glute, tuck your pelvis under, draw everything in, shoulders back, and release. A nice squeeze, and release. Really engaging the butt is super important, so make sure you get a nice connection. Squeeze the glute, and release. Squeeze the glute, and release. You have one more, hold it. Excellent, I'm going to have you take a nice step up, all the way up, and we're going to do one more breathing exercise. Inhale, exhale, draw everything in. Again, inhale, exhale, draw everything in. 2 more, inhale, exhale, pulling into your spine. Hold it, engage it. One last time, inhale, arms go up, and exhale. Thank you all so much for joining me in my baby bump. I hope all your pregnancies are going well, and I hope you're happy and you're healthy and you're eating well and you're drinking a lot of fluids and you're doing the best thing for you and your baby. So thank you so much for joining me, and depending on the response I get, we'll see if I'll do another one of these and incorporate more baby bump in the hump bumps into our videos. I don't know what